Machete Machado on the line for the jammer spot for Storm City.
Out in front for Gorge Roller Derby, Kaleidoscope grabbing that lead jam position.
Machete has one person to get past, now two.
Aftermath headed to the penalty box for Gorge. Kaleidoscope out in front, picking up 4 points.
Gorge calls it off to save the points before Machete Machado can get up front and put any points up on the board for Storm City, ending that jam 4-0.
Starting out this next jam, we got Comet on the line for Gorge.
And Trinity on the line for Storm.
Comet finding an opening out in front, grabbing that lead jam position for Gorge.
Trinity getting sent to the box on a cut track, power jam for Gorge.
Not what Storm City was looking for.
Oh, White Jammer is headed to the box now, so however long Trinity, because Derby doesn't happen without a jammer, Trinity, however long Trinity was sitting down for, that is how long that Gorge Jammer will be sitting down for as well. This will be a first 2-minute jam.
Trinity looking for some room, but that Gorge wall trying to play a solid line of defense there.
Trinity is out and is now going to be putting some points up on the board for Storm City.
Coming through for 4 on that last pass. Trinity still with no points on the board for Storm City. Just made that initial before going to the penalty box. Comment through for 4 more. Storm City trying to pin down Gorge's defensive strategy there, keeping Pitbull out of the play. Pitbull, though, up to the top, getting a piece of Trinity, knocking Trinity that inside corner.
Trinity's still working that Gorge wall from the back and is getting pushed all the way back another 10 feet by Gorge.
Comment looking for some wiggle room. Trinity trying to find a crink in that armor, not able to. Juice box, Aftermath, face pounder holding a nice solid 3-wall at the top. 14 on the board for Gorge, 4 for Storm City.
Shout out to Double Mountain. Double Mountain Brewing, what could possibly go wrong?
Stay. Quick Draw McGraw on the line for Storm City.
Like a Vegan on the line for Gorge Roller Derby. Vegan used to be a former Storm City Roller Derby skater.
Vegan gets knocked out by Blade on the inside and is getting cut back into the center.
Quick Draw McGraw also looking for some room, but like a Vegan, looks like took a hard hit there, managing to come out with that lead jam position though. Quick Draw McGraw at the top of that rotating Gorge wall. Brutality, just using those powerful hips to lay down that line. Like a Vegan through for 4 at the top of that pack.
Cutie getting a little bit of offense played by her blockers and is now just trying to find a hole, trying to follow Vegan.
Vegan still trying to find an opening at the top of that pack, though. Quick Draw McGraw getting shoved to that inside line with the star in the hand. 3 points on the board in that last pass for Vegan.
Cutie unable to make it through for an initial pass. No points on the board for Storm City. Let's see if Leslie Crusher can turn this around for Storm City. 21 points to make up, and that is just one single jam in roller derby. Leslie Crusher out in front for the first time for Storm City of the night.
Kaleidoscope still looking for some room in the back of that pack, but that Storm City wall is laying down that defense.
Storm City's wall of Lucky Punk, Roxy Roulette, and Chevy Chevelle is proving to be a little formidable for Gorge's jammer to get past.
Kaleidoscope coming out slow at a corner 2, making some room. Going to try to keep the pressure on Storm City's jammer. There it was right there.
Crusher calls it off just in time.
Shout out to Everybody's Brewing. Visit the new Everybody's Pub in White Salmon, where they never call off the jam.
Machete Machad on the line for Storm City.
Comet on the line for Gorge.
Machete Machad swings to the outside, but is it enough to get out in front? Just behind Gorge.
We got a jammer on jammer showdown here coming through corner 3 and 4. Comet just barely holding on. Machete Machad trying to push that pressure and does, making that pass through corner 2.
Now it's a battle of the blockers to see who gets out in front, but there's a spill for 2 of Storm City's. Gorge calls it off before Machete Machad can hit the back of the Gorge wall. 2 points on the board for Gorge, no points on the board for Storm City.
Strong play there from both teams.
Trinity returning to the line for Storm City.
Vegan on the line for Gorge.
Trinity digging down on toe stops, pushing that Gorge wall forward to try to break a hole. Swings to the outside, and in the center, Trinity is out in front. Second Storm City lead for the bout.
Like a Vegan, not wasting any time, getting out of that pack, making some room.
Vegan pushing Trinity out of the way. Now it's just a matter of who gets in front first.
Trinity up to the back of that pack, right behind Vegan now. Vegan just making a little bit of space. Trinity getting knocked down on the outside of corner 1 and calling off the jam. Trinity not able to hold on, and Vegan coming through for 4.
So again, for those of you that are new to roller derby, the whole point is that the jammer in the star cap passes the hips of the opposite team, and that is how you score points. That is why Gorge was running that time, to make sure that Storm City could not catch up. And that is why Trinity, though she had lead, did not get any points for Storm. QD getting pushed to the inside and recycled back by Gorge.
Kaleidoscope looking for some room in the middle of that Storm City wall.
Storm City gives the inside line.
Kaleidoscope out in front.
Yeah.
Johnny Crash picking up a penalty on that last block on Kaleidoscope there for Storm City. Kaleidoscope through on that inside line, trying to pick up a little track hop. Instead got a track cut.
Cut track by Gorge. Another full 2-minute jam. And now Chevy Chevelle is wearing the jammer cap because if you notice, there is a player out there with a stripe on their helmet. They are known as the pivot. The jammer can give their cap to them at any time, and that person assumes the pivot position and is now able to score.
Aftermath picking up what I believe was an illegal block there. Kaleidoscope making some room, slipping around that pack.
Chevy Chevelle trying to take that inside line, sneak past Gorge blockers.
4 more on the board for Kaleidoscope. Chevy Chevelle definitely running out of some steam there, and we see that jam go the full 2.
Shout out to Chips Bar and Grill. Best brisket and burgers in the Gorge, located in Bingen.
Leslie Crusher swinging to the inside. Storm City, third time for the bout, getting lead jammer.
Comet almost losing those feet right there, getting knocked out on the straight there between 3 and 4.
Crusher is out, 4 points on the board for Storm City now. Gorge still trying to work on the initial pass. Forearm penalty for Lucky, sitting in the box for 30 seconds. Crusher calls it off with only 1 point more going on the board for Storm City.
Good, nice strike and retreat there from Storm City, 19 on the board for Storm, 47 on the All-Stars. That is not that big of a lead gap. As we've seen in games past, you can score 20-plus points in a jam and just take it back like that, so...
To speak to that, Machete Machad has been the person to do that. I have seen a 28-point jam out of Machete. Both jammers trying to take that outside line and finding difficulty in swinging back to the inside, but it's Gorge's like a vegan that gets out in front first.
Hard hit there coming from J-Bomb, trying to shut down Machete Machad, but not able to do so. Vegan out in front, nice little hip hop. Able to stay. No, picking up a track cut. Vegan picking up a track cut was the lead jammer there. Called off the jam. At the same time the jam was being called off, Vegan was also issued a track cut. Not something we see happen too often, but Vegan is going to start this next penalty, or this next jam in the penalty box, and have to serve a full 30 unless the I think we're seeing an official review. No, a timeout. Official timeout.
Maybe now would be a good time to go out and try one of our finely crafted local brews.
Not a timeout there, just had to get some things situated. We got 2 skaters in the penalty box, the pivot for Storm City and the jammer for Gorge. Trinity trying to work real hard around that Gorge wall. Gorge has nothing to do but focus on that defense right now, and that is what they are doing. Rotating 3-wall there with Juicebox Hero, the Assassin, and Face Spounder. Aftermath running point up in front. Hard hit there, nice little juke. Trinity managing to slip through.
Trinity is the person that is lead jammer currently, even though Vegan is out in front. So now Trinity is having to question, does she call it off? And she does. However, Vegan does get 2 points up on the board. That's just part of the game, folks. Sometimes people don't call it off just in time. It's okay. We can get those 2 points back. Score now 19 Storm City to Gorge All-Stars 49.
Out in front, kaleidoscope for Gorge.
QD trying to take that outside line, swings to the inside, gets hit and knocked down, but stands right back up and is still being held back by Spounder.
Quick draw McGraw finding some heavy hits there.
We've got Double Mountain, Freebridge, and everybody's serving beer tonight. Also, get yourself some Smoke Ring Barbecue. It's located out in the foyer.
Time out Storm City.
We are on team time out there, yeah, Storm City. In the meantime, we want to tell you about our nonprofit partner. We got a volunteer walking around right now selling those raffle tickets so you can be involved in our 50-50 raffle, and half of those proceeds are going to go to our nonprofit partner for this bout, which is Friends of the Columbia Gorge. They work to protect the scenic, natural, cultural, and recreational resources of the Columbia River. And if you're familiar with a little fire that happened 3 years ago called the Eagle Creek Fire, Friends of the Columbia Gorge were a big part of restoring a lot of that habitat, those trails, and the access. So we are super stoked to be able to partner with them for this bout. So make sure you get yourself a raffle ticket, and you can be a part of the 50-50 raffle. We're back to roller derby, though.
Crusher on the line for Storm City. Let's see if that timeout was able to shake up Storm just a little bit to make something happen.
Comet on the line for Gorge, looking for some room, getting bounced around at the front, but trying to find a jib and manages to do so. Crusher trying to find a hole through that Gorge wall, managing to slip through. Comet, though, getting knocked out. Looks like that is a track cut for Gorge, and that'll be a power jam for now Lucky Punk.
Lucky Punk wearing the jammer cap now. It's going to be a full 2-minute jam. Let's see. Lucky, within the last about 4 or 6 months, has transitioned from the jammer rotation for Storm City into the blocker rotation, creating a double threat for Storm City. She can put on the jammer cap, she can block. She's dangerous all across the board. So let's see what kind of damage she can do in the next couple of seconds of this power jam.
Gorge trying everything they can do to hold back Lucky from that top wall, rotating real hard. We got an Aftermath, Juice Box, Pitbull, and J-Bomb running out that line. Comet out of the penalty box, finding a hole through that wall amongst all that chaos and picking up 4.
Lucky Punk still having some difficulty breaking through the Gorge wall, working each set of the lines inside and out, trying to just bust their way through the wall, but having difficulty.
Comet through for 4 more. Running that jam the full 2 minutes. Lucky Punk picking up 4 in that last pass. Comet picking up 3. 23 points on the board there for Storm City, it looks like. 64 for the All-Stars.
Machete Machado on the line for Storm City. Machete pushing through that inside line.
Vegan up in the front hand corner. Didn't have that lead jam position when they came through. Looked like Machete Machad was getting called on something. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. But Machete out in front with that lead jam position. Vegan through on that first pass with 4. Machete Machad calling it off. Kaleidoscope on the line for Gorge.
Trinity on the line for Storm.
Kaleidoscope looking for some room in that front half of that pack. Getting bounced around a little bit. Storm's wall definitely figuring those loose areas. Kaleidoscope, though, managing to push through, grab that lead jam position.
Trinity with a baby apex jump and is finally out of the pack and looking to put points up on the board for Storm.
Kaleidoscope through with that first pass, picking up 4 and calling it off.
Quick draw on the line for Storm City.
Quick draw McGraw getting shoved down real hard there.
Storm City out in front and lead jam for the 4th time tonight.
Comment out, not far enough though. Quick draw McGraw falling down to that inside straight and calling off the jam.
Shout out to CrossFit the Dalles. CrossFit the Dalles, get strong for life's bouts. Coach-led community fitness for everybody.
Pressure on the line for Storm City.
Hard hit there right at the top. Leslie Crusher going down hard on that inside line. Like a Vegan out in front with that lead jam position for Gorge.
Roxy Roulette trying to add some offense for Leslie Crusher to get through.
Like a Vegan looking for some room on that inside line. Storm City's wall definitely doing a bit of bumping and bruising, but Vegan able to get through the top, picking up 4 more. Gorge effectively using that rotating wall, face bounder, going with a hit out, looking for a reset. Reset didn't happen. We saw a track cut there. Leslie Crusher didn't reset behind face bounder. Face bounder was the one that hit Leslie Crusher, the jammer, out for Storm City. And in doing so,
Storm City wall gearing up for Vegan to come in, looking to take on the offense from Gorge.
Vegan through for 4 more, 16 on the board this jam.
Leslie Crusher back out onto the track for Storm City. Still unable to complete an initial pass.
Vegan through, picking up 4 more. There's definitely Some tired skaters in the middle of that track for Storm City, running that defensive line out.
Shout out to Windermere, putting people with homes throughout the gorge. Give Kim Chamness a call.
Machete Machad pushing up the center and getting pushed out to the outside line. Gets recycled back, but Gorge gets lead jammer. Three points on the board for Gorge, calling it off before Machete Machad meets the rest of the pack, saving the points, keeping Storm City at a low score, and Gorge reaching the century mark.
Coming off the line, comment for the Gorge. Right out in front, grabbing that lead jam position.
Trinity out of the pack and is on their initial. Now coming up to put some points up on the board.
Right around the top, Trinity making that move. Gorge desperately trying to close that outside wall.
Full 2-minute jam now as the Gorge jammer goes to the box for a power jam for Storm City. 4 more points go up on the board for Trinity. Trinity getting some offense played by our blockers. Angel going back out onto the track for Storm.
Seeing this jam run the full 2 minutes here. Gorge trying to reform that wall up at the top of that pack. Face Founder, Pitbull, Juicebox Hero, and Off Kilter. Starting to spread that pack out, though. Not quite enough. Comet able to slip around the outside. Micro Bruiser getting a heavy cut. Looks like my low block there.
Trinity trying to take a whip off of Johnny Crash, gets thrown into one of the Gorge blockers.
Just 3 minutes left in this first half, ladies and gentlemen. Storm City putting 12 points on the board in that last jam. 10 points on the board for the All-Stars.
Shout out to Freebridge, authentic beer for authentic people. Freebridge Brewing in the Dalles.
Quick Draw taking that outside line, has one to beat and does. Storm City, lead jammer status.
Chiefskate jamming for the first time tonight for Gorge. Not in that lead jam position, but cleared that pack on that initial pass. Quick Draw McGraw looking for that time. Right through that inside line. Cheapskate picking up 4.
Quick Draw calls it off, putting 1 point up on the board for Storm City, bringing this score now, Storm City 43 and Gorge All-Stars 109.
Like a vegan on the line, last minute and a half here in this period. Crusher on the line for Storm City. Vegan, though, out in front, finding that lead jam opening and taking it.
Vegan putting 4 points up on the board for Gorge. Chevy Chevelle released back out on the track to give Storm City a little bit of help in the wall.
We see a star pass there, and that pack moving quick. I don't think it was a legitimate star pass. No, it was not. Did you see what happened there?
No.
So it looks like there was a star pass made, but there had been little confusing there. We can't figure out quite what the officials' calls are, as we only hear little bits and pieces of them. But it looked like Leslie Crusher tried to make a star pass that was not legal and was possibly headed to the penalty box at the same time. But that did not happen as far as the penalty goes. Like a Vegan, though, still out in front in that lead jam position for the All-Stars, finding a solid black wall from Storm City. Vegan looking to find those toe stops. Leslie Crusher moving that pack around just a little bit. We're seeing those All-Stars having to reform. Running that jam past that period clock. 3 seconds left.
And that is halftime.
Can you guys see it? Can you guys see my shirt? Yeah? We're selling these shirts, which feature awesome animated versions of our roster on the back to help send our Gorge Roller Derby All-Stars to Montana. We're headed to Montana to play some roller derby. So you can get one of these out there at our merch table and help send us to Montana. And we'll be doing it with the love of you guys. So if you like it, enjoy it. We got tank tops and we got full sleeves. Let's play some roller derby. Where are these teams at? What are you guys doing? See, I know I took up too much time, but I'm not going to put it on myself. You guys have to move now.
When is the bout in Montana? I don't know. Does it say on the shirt?
Gross, get a room.
I am back here with Nipple Blades, and we are ready for the second half. Kicking this second half off, we got Like a Vegan on the line for the All-Stars. Machete Machad out in front, grabbing that lead jam position for Storm City Roller Derby All-Stars.
This power jam really helping out with Vegan sitting. Let's see what kind of damage Storm City offense can do now. There's 4 points up on the board for Machete Machad. Still in the middle of a power jam. Here comes some offense. Machete has one, and there it is. Calls it off. 8 points on the board for Storm City. Look at that strategy. Look at that gameplay. They came back from halftime, and they're like, it's time we got to put our playing boots on.
They powwowed real hard.
They did. There was a chant. I heard it. Mainly 'cause
chant?
I was there. They did a chant.
A chant.
I'm not going to say that potentially ghosts and demons will come to this place, but it could happen.
It could.
Trinity up on the line. Not a power jam this time. Everybody's out there.
Kaleidoscope on the line for Gorge. Collide trying to get out in front, looked like picked up a track cut.
Storm City, lead jammer twice now, back to back. There goes Trinity trying to work the toe stops on that outside line and then coming back into the center, getting some assistance from Zoo there, and is through. 4 points up on the board for Storm City.
Gorge going to try to make sure their defensive line is squared up.
Trinity taking tiny whips off of her teammates' jerseys, trying to get around and create space for herself. Trinity getting pushed line to line and recycled back. Now, don't forget, Gorge's jammer went into the box and was about to complete a scoring pass, but is now having to get recycled back through the pack and is now coming up to a scoring pass.
Kaleidoscope making some passes. Getting cut off, though, right before that last transition. Just coming through on that initial.
Shout out to the red carpet. Red carpet, the classiest dive in Hood River. Best burgers in the Gorge at the best price.
Also, come and join us tonight at the red carpet for the official after party. We will be there. I imagine some of Storm City will be there. It might be a little chaotic.
It's going to get turned.
So you said they have the best burgers in the Gorge? All right. All right.
I think we're going to need to see a showdown between our best burger competitors. Anyways, we got Comet on the line in that lead jam position for Gorge.
Just a side note of a fun fact, Quick Draw just got braces and is still playing roller derby with the potential to have the braces just like ripped through her lips. And that is a fear that I have had for years.
Comet finding a little line around the outside, managing to pull it off. Quick Draw McGraw getting bounced back and comes out, finds a huge opening. Looks like picks up a track cut, though. Not going to be good for Storm City. Perfect for Comet, though. That is going to be a power jam for Gorge Roller Derby.
Oh, man. Gorge playing the strategy game, freezing the jammer in the box. QD could have been in there for maybe a nanosecond. So QD is going to serve basically 30 seconds, and that is 30 seconds of a power jam for Gorge. Gorge now trying to make up all the points that they missed out on in those first two jams.
We are in an official timeout.
Shout out to Tilly Janes. Every Trailblazer game, every football game, and happy hour all weekend on the Heights in Hood River. Tilly Janes.
Since we're in the middle of an official timeout, let's just all, in your minds, with your hands in a form of clapping, appreciate the volunteers that are helping out, the track monkeys, the people that will answer your questions, the people that look like zebras on two legs. This is all volunteer-based.
Without our volunteers and our officials, we'd just be skating in circles, and I'd be yelling at you on a microphone.
So what I'm assuming happened is there was a question as to whether the Storm City Jammer actually committed a track cut. So the zebras got in the center and debated it, and it looks like that was not an actual track cut. So now Storm City has a jammer out there,
Speaking
and
of
it
track
looks
cut.
like Gorge is committing a track cut. Leslie Crusher is now the Power Jam leader.
Coming through that, Storm City is definitely rolling some doubles right here.
Looks like the Gorge wall is just dwindling down there now with only 3 people out on the track. Crusher getting pushed to the outside and recycled back. How many is Crusher going to get away with? 3. 3 points up on the board, bringing this score now 66 Storm City to 132 Gorge.
Storm City trying to rink back and just kind of tick away at that lead.
Someone may have drank a Gatorade while they were back there. I have no idea.
What's going on right now?
Timeout Gorge.
Shout out to Heights Family Dental. Heights Family Dental, nothing left to do but smile, smile, smile. Maybe while you're waiting around, go get yourself some raffle tickets. Half the proceeds go to the Friends of the Columbia Gorge, works to protect the scenic, natural, cultural, and recreational resources of the Columbia River Gorge to ensure the gorge remains a beautiful, wild, and unspoiled treasure for coming generations.
Some inside line damage there. Kassassin managing to knock Machete Machad out with a nice big reset. Kaleidoscope still trying to find a way around that wall of black from Storm City.
I don't even know what happened to Storm City. I was back there in their huddle. Someone drank some Gatorade and ate some Wheaties. Because here they are coming back. Machete Machad taking that outside line, trying to push their way through. Calls it off. How many points is Machete getting away? I'm thinking 2, and that is exactly what goes up. 68 to 132.
Comment on that lead jam position.
Trinity Kellett is out and is looking to put some points on the board and pressure the GRD jammer. Trinity gets through, just pushes through, basically swims and pushes them aside. Does Storm walk away with any? Apparently not. So 72 Storm City and 139 Gorge.
Like a vegan on the line for Gorge.
And it's QD that gets out in front, but Like a Vegan is directly behind. So now it is a power play to see who is going to get out in front for the blockers. Is Storm going to get a front, or is Gorge going to get a front?
Quick Draw McGraw just in behind Vegan into the back of that pack. Quick Draw still has that advantage with that lead jammer position. Vegan out in front, though, picking up 4. Quick Draw McGraw calling it off.
Shout out to Page Paint. Page Paint, supplying the Gorge with all your paint needs. 1402 12th Street in Hood River.
So it looks like QD, the lead jammer in the last jam, was calling it off, but then got called on a cut track. So Gorge is going to start out in a power jam.
We are seeing what is going on here. Jammer action. Gorge trying to throw off that defensive line with doing a sprint back. Kaleidoscope managing to slip through on the outside at corner 2. Grab that lead jam position for Gorge. Kaleidoscope through for 4.
QD released back out onto the track. Meanwhile, Disco replaces her.
Quick Draw McGraw with a heavy hit. Juice Box Hero going down.
Quick Draw cycling to that inside line, gets knocked down.
4 more on the board for Kaleidoscope.
Zoonotic watching that inside line, trying to create just a little bit of a block, slowing down the GRD Jammer.
Kaleidoscope definitely perfecting that juke action there. And we have seen a star pass there to Lucky Punk. Lucky Punk, though, cut out in front with Face, Spounder, and Juice Box Hero, joined by Aftermath, trying to reform that Gorge wall.
Zoonotic helping out, playing a little bit of O for Lucky, trying to break Lucky through. Blade knocks out Kaleidoscope. High block called on Blade, getting sent to the box, or as I like to call it, the face mask.
Kaleidoscope still in that lead jam position. Lucky with that star pass for Storm City. Looks like running that jam out. 4 more on the board for Kaleidoscope. 20-point jam there for Gorge.
20 points seems to be about the average for the Gorge Jammers this game.
Comet slipping right out in front, grabbing that lead jam position.
Rockets got attached to both the skates there. Now let's see who can put up points. Whoa!
Heavy hit there. Comet going down on the inside. Crusher going down, and Comet calling off that jam.
Shout out to Double Mountain. Double Mountain available in reusable bottles. Reduce, reuse, refill.
Also, feel free to get yourself some fresh Double Mountain right out in our lobby.
On tap, fresh.
Fun fact, all the proceeds of the beer sales go directly to GRD. Something our awesome sponsors have done since the beginning.
Machete Machad still pushing through on that wall.
Like a Vegan out in front with that lead jam position, trying to get a line cut through. Kassassin trying to help open some doors. Didn't really work out, though, as that pack really starts to speed up, and Like a Vegan calls it off.
And that is some roller derby team playing there. Every person from either team was like, I got you right now. You're not going to fall. Trinity on the line for Storm City. Trinity going in slow like a great white shark, trying to find the hole, maybe take a bite out of somebody. We don't know. It's a roller derby. Anything could happen.
Kaleidoscope out in front with that lead jam position.
Trinity still fighting, has the cap in her hand, possibly looking to pass it to Zoonotic.
It's a bit frustrating as a jammer to be trying to make that star pass and not being able to complete it just because the other team's blocking. And we got a reset here on Trinity, looks like by the Kassassin. Kaleidoscope through for 4 more.
Trinity getting called on a cut track. A toe stop could have gone out of bounds just a little bit, and that is enough to get you a cut track.
Again, Trinity was trying to get that star pass on and is sitting in the penalty box with the star in the hand still. Zoonotic in that pivot position would have had some great opportunities to change the energy there in that jam. I think we're seeing a timeout here, Storm City.
Gorge doing the right thing, freezing the jammer in the box, because anytime that you can have 30 seconds unopposed, especially when you're starting off that line at the first whistle, that is 30 seconds that is good for you and your team, because if you get lead jam, as you have seen for this whole bout, you get to control that jam, and that is what GRD wants.
Don't forget to get yourself a 50-50 raffle ticket going to our nonprofit sponsor, Friends of the Columbia Gorge. All right, looks like we are almost back from our team timeout for Storm City. Almost a false start there for Storm City. Almost had too many players on the track. Again, they have their jammer in the track. Trinity, Comet on the line for Gorge, grabbing that lead jam position.
Storm City losing a blocker with Sunny Demolition.
But now it's saying that it's not connected.
Trinity is out, and now coming up to put some points up on the board. And GRD calls it off right as Trinity is hitting the back of a GRD wall, bringing this score now, Storm City 74 to All-Stars 191 with just under 14 minutes left in this second half.
Shout out to Everybody's Brewing. Everybody's brewing, but nobody's brewing like everybody's brewing.
Leslie Crusher on the line for Storm City, going up against Like a Vegan. Sorry. And Like a Vegan is out in front, lead jammer.
Gorge trying to pin down that jammer for Storm City. Aftermath not able to hold on, though. Leslie Crusher getting through.
That is a cut track on Like a Vegan, full 2-minute jam.
It looks like it was not a jammer out. Like a Vegan being told to return back to the track by the officials. Leslie Crusher in the back there trying to find any kind of opening. Face Founder taking a penalty on that last block.
Crusher is now out of the pack, and 4 points go on the board for Storm City.
Like a Vegan looks like calling off that jam, possibly.
Machete Machad on the line for Storm. Taking that outside line.
Kaleidoscope in that lead jam position for Gorge, putting some distance on the track.
Storm trying to get out in front so that they can save their points, because that's the most important thing right now. Get in front of everyone else. Make the jammer have to work through their own pack.
Fast play there on that last jam as we saw that pack scoot way up in speed.
Quick draw on the line for Storm City.
Comet for Gorge Roller Derby. Out in front, Comet grabbing that lead jam position for Gorge. Quick draw McGraw finding a hard wall to get past back there. Aftermath. Brutality. Pitbull running a nice 3-wall. Comet starting to spread it out around corner 3. Getting out but not able to do it cleanly. Picking up a track cut. That'll be a power jam for Quick Draw.
Jammer cap is passed to Micro Bruiser.
Micro Bruiser jamming for the first time tonight for Storm.
Micro Bruiser getting some momentum behind teammate Blade, trying to follow. Storm playing some offense, but also hanging back to force him to call a no pack.
Micro Bruiser headed up to the front. Brutality trying to get a chunk of that. Not able to set it off. Oh, looks like it was clean. Britt gets a nice track cut call set on Micro Bruiser.
Again, all it takes is just the tiniest toe stop to sneak out for you to get a cut track.
Comet coming up quick on that pack. Losing her footing, but managing to stay back up. Through for 4, and that was the full 2.
3 points do go up on the board for Storm City. Bring this score now, 81 Storm City to GRD's 210.
Shout out to Mr. eLive Productions. His sound system will bring you back up. It's one thing that you can depend on.
Like a vegan out in front for Gorge.
Trinity is out and is now coming up on a scoring pass.
Trinity came through that pack with a star in the hand. Sometimes a jammer will remove their star, create a little bit of confusion. They do forfeit the right to be lead jammer at that point, though.
Shout out to Hood Printing, custom t-shirt printing in the Gorge. Check us out at hoodprinting.com.
Kaleidoscope looking for a quick edge on that line. Out in front, Kaleidoscope grabbing that lead jam position.
Machete Machad not too far behind, trying to catch up to put some points up on the board.
Quick call off there by Kaleidoscope, not letting that jam go on too long, not giving away any more points, but All-Stars breaking that double century mark, 214, Storm City 81.
Looks like GRD's jammer is getting put in the box.
But Assassin getting really, really excited by that whistle.
Leslie Crusher in a power jam now, full 30-second power jam.
Not sure what the call there was on Like a Vegan at the end of that jam, but Storm City starting one skate up.
Crusher weaving from side to side, trying to find a hole there.
Crusher in that lead jam position for Storm. Kaleidoscope out of the penalty box, and Crusher closes that jam down. Just over 5.5 minutes left in this second half. We'd like to be good hosts, though. Can I get all the Gorge Roller Derby fans to make some noise for Storm City? Thank you guys for coming out here. You guys have been playing your hearts out, and we love it. Jam for jam. Quick Draw McGraw on the line for Storm City. Comet on the line for All-Stars. Comet grabbing that lead jam position for Gorge.
Quick Draw fighting her way through, but is getting recycled back by Gorge blockers.
Comet out in front, grabbing 4 on that last pass. Quick Draw McGraw not having any luck getting through that initial pass, having some trouble finding any holes on any corner with the star in the hand, trying to create some confusion for those all-star jammers.
Chevy Chevelle feeling the offense coming in to help out their jammer, but not giving in, just fighting it with some shoulder hits there.
Sunny Demolition flowing down the law on Comet.
QD getting cheered on by the Storm City bench.
Comet trying to find some room around the top. Quick Draw McGraw running out of steam there. To me, it looks like possibly Quick Draw is looking for that pivot to be a little bit closer.
Quick Draw getting recycled back again. Both jammers showing signs of slowing down in this jam. This is a hard-fought jam for any points that are available here.
Almost a full 2. There we have it.
Let's give it up for both jammers and blockers in that one. That was a hard jam on both sides of it.
Storm's going to start this one with 1 blocker in the penalty box.
I do enjoy raccoons, so sometimes my partner just brings me trash. So that way I don't have to go digging later. It just comes straight to me. If it's trashy and if it's shiny, it's my favorite.
Trinity on the line for Storm. Looking for a hard push against that Gorge wall, but like a vegan out in front with that lead jam position. Trinity getting knocked down to the inside. Storm's wall, though, ready to accept vegan. Vegan, though, finding a niche and pushes right through. 2 minutes left on the period clock, a minute and a half on the jam clock. This will not be our last jam of the evening.
Trinity is out and is now coming up to a scoring pass. Vegan calls it off.
2 minutes on the period clock left. We very potentially could be seeing our last jam here, but who knows? We could end up with 3 official reviews, 2 team timeouts. And what else could they do to stop the clock? Unlikely, though. This game has been going smooth so far.
Timeout White.
Maybe go check out some Smoke Ring Barbecue out in the foyer. They're also located just off the roundabout downtown in the Dalles on the corner of East 2nd Street and Monroe. Don't forget to cast your vote for the Dalles on lovetheDalles.com.
So, nipple blades, let's talk about as what we've seen here so far. We got a little bit of time. This timeout's just running out, but from the beginning, it wasn't really a points for points. It was really jam for jam, I would say.
It really was. It's just a testament to the conditioning of Gorge because they have been very difficult for any Storm City jammer to get past. The blockers are really tight and watching all the lines. And Storm City, as well as a new WFTDA chartered team, they have been proving their assault today, showing that they can keep pushing, keep bringing the lines closer together, and show that they will eventually, as we keep moving forward as a chartered team, that we will continue to be a formidable opponent for an amazing team such as Gorge.
And that's totally what we see here. We see a lot of strategy being played out by Storm City and the Gorge, jam per jam, as we see Kaleidoscope on the line right now in that lead jam position. Machete's just looking for a way to get through, figuring out what works, what strategies are effective. Kaleidoscope out in front. Machete definitely trying to hold on to that corner. Coming up against a hard, solid Gorge wall there, though. Machete taking advantage of it with a star pass to Lucky Punk.
Lucky fighting her way through, just coming in with shoulders, and Gorge blockers surrounding Lucky to try to stop her from getting through.
This last jam is a perfect example of what we've been seeing tonight is this new strategies and new techniques that are being played out on the fly by both Storm and Gorge. As we've seen, that play that just took place, I'm sure was just thought of, and it worked real well. Storm City was able to get Lucky Punk out in front. Kaleidoscope there, calling off the jam, 20 seconds on the clock.
And now that's going to be a full
lead.
2-minute jam with that forearm.
But Kaleidoscope lost that lead, picked up a penalty. We are going to see this period clock run out, and the jam clock is going to be right there.
Storm City blockers coming up to give Lucky some help now that they're in a power jam. Storm City's objective right now is just to break up the Gorge blockers so that Lucky can find a hole and get through.
Strong play there from Storm City. Fighting till the end. Kaleidoscope just coming out of that penalty box before that period clock ended. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Storm City Roller Derby All-Stars. Put your hands together for your Gorge Roller Derby Blood and Gorge. Skating tonight for Blood and Gorge, number 22, Andy Oakley. Number 2468, Twinkle Toes. Number 305, Sage Against the Machine. Number 321, Raven. Number 44, Malicious Bee. Number 5050, Lethally Blonde. Number B52, J-Bomb. Number 737, Off Kilter. Number 742, Warrior Mama. And number 999, Cheapskate. Make some noise for your Gorge Roller Derby, Blood and Gorge.
And also, while the energy's a little bit high, Storm City has a birthday. Number 718, MC Slammer. Let's make some noise for MC Slammer's birthday. Mainly because MC Slammer made it around the universe one more time without getting caught on fire from that big ball of fire in the sky. Congratulations, Slam. You've succeeded again. My God, 5 seconds.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back.
Trouble Axel is out in front. Lead jammer status going to Storm City.
Cheapskate out for Blood and Gorge. Trying to keep that distance to a minimum. Trouble Axel getting knocked to the inside and calling off the jam.
So again, if you remember from the first game, the whole idea, get out in front, get your points, call it off, especially if the other jammer was already out. So we're probably going to be seeing a lot of that in this second game on both teams. Legs on the line for Storm City.
Andy Oakley for Blood and Gorge. Andy Oakley getting knocked to the outside, looking for some room. Andy trying to get around the top of that pack, not having much luck, getting knocked back outside by Storm City blockers.
Legs has one wall left to get through, but Gorge is doing a great job of rotating anytime Legs is able to turn around either of their blockers.
Lethally Blonde, J-Bomb, Warrior Mama running that pack out. Raven Havoc getting knocked down in the middle of that wall there. Andy Oakley still trying to find some room around that Storm City wall.
Legs taking a look back to see just how close the other jammer is and gives a hard hit to Gorge.
Lethally Blonde going down backwards.
Link getting called. I like to call that penalty a rub the butt. I think it's called a directional. Sometimes I know roller derby calls.
Lethally Blonde picking up a penalty there.
Storm City finding their way into a power jam now and a star pass. This is going to be a full 2-minute jam.
Trinity taking that star pass there from Break a Leg. We're going to take full advantage with some fresh legs. Andy Oakley in the penalty box for Gorge in that jamming position.
Just want to point out that star pass didn't happen until 23 seconds left in the jam. That just shows how strong both teams' blockers are, holding back both jammers. Neither jammer have been able to get out yet and do an initial pass. So Storm City skating away with some points on that one.
Shout out to Chips Bar and Grill. Come for the burgers, stay for the brisket.
Slim Skady on the line for Storm City. Still in a power jam with Andy Oakley in the box. Storm City gets out in front. Lead jammer going to Slim Skady. Slim Skady, new member to Storm City. So first game, first jam gets lead jammer. I think this is looking up for Storm City here. Andy Oakley is through now and is now going to put some points up on the board. Slim Skady gives a look back and is calling it off. Do they call it off in time? Yes. No points on the board for Gorge, bringing this score now 12-0. Barbell on the line for Storm City. Barbell swinging around on that outside line, and lead jammer status is awarded to Storm City.
Cheapskate trying to find some room, managing to get out in front of that pack. Not in that lead jam position, though, but going to be able to keep the pressure on Storm.
Barbell takes a look back, is still trying to push through. Calls it off. Is it in time? 2 points on the board for Gorge, but 4 points on the board for Storm City.
Shout out to Nichols Art Glass, where passion for art and love of glass meet. Come visit us at 912 West 6th Street in the Dalles.
Storm City with a commanding lead right now on Blood and Gorge. Andy Oakley going to be on the line jamming for Blood and Gorge.
Trouble Axel on the line for Storm City, fighting through, trying to find a hole through Gorge's wall.
Trouble Axel getting knocked to the outside there. Andy Oakley in that lead jam position for Gorge. Getting knocked to the outside again, though. Andy Oakley having to reset behind that defender from Storm City. Trouble Axel out in front with some distance. Lethally Blonde headed to the pack, and Andy Oakley calling off the jam, picking up 4 points. 6-16, Storm City with a 10-point lead. Maybe this game's gonna be.
Now, some of you might be able to notice that the Storm City skaters are rocking the numbers 555. Not 2 weeks ago, one of their home team skaters did break a leg during practice, so that is in honor of the skater that could not be here tonight.
Greg Allegri out in front, gonna have a commanding control over this jam as it becomes a power jam. Cheapskate headed to the penalty box on a track cut.
Legs swinging to the outside. Polished concrete proving a little too slippery and accidentally skated out. Now is having to move through the pack one more time.
Greg Allegri coming back in from that knockout and calling off the jam. Trying to keep Cheapskate locked up in that penalty box for another few seconds. And just that recycle sometimes on a jammer can be enough to get the advantage during that next jam. Slim Skatey out in front for Storm City. Chief Skate out of that penalty box. Looks like that may have been enough time for Chief Skate to catch some air.
MC Slammer working both sets of the lines with those long 6-foot-long legs.
Slim Skatey going straight to the knee on the concrete.
Shout out to Volcanic Bottle Shop for the most extensive and diverse selection of beer and cider in the Gorge on the Heights in Hood River.
If you're interested in becoming a sponsor for Gorge Roller Derby, you can get in touch with us at gorgerollerderby.com. Find out about becoming a sponsor or a referee, volunteer, NSO. We've got all sorts of places for all sorts of people.
Barbell getting knocked out and is through. Lead jammer going to Storm City.
Andy Oakley out there in that jamming position. Only has 2 blockers, though, to help Gorge Roller Derby with 2 other blockers in the penalty box till just seconds ago. Malicious V getting released.
Barbell with a little baby apex jump there. 4 points up on the board, coming around looking to put more up. Barbell takes a look back, assesses where the jammer is, calls it off, putting 3 more points up on the board for a 7-point jam for Barbell. This score now, Storm City 31, Blood and Gorge 6.
Good job there, buddy. Cheapskate on the line for Gorge.
Trouble Axel trying to sneak along that outside line while there were 2 blockers out. 2 blockers do return to the track for Gorge and is now getting sucked into the pack.
Cheapskate looking for some room at the top of that pack, not able to find it.
Storm City running the Gorge Jammers all the way back, as far back as they can, trying to put some distance between the Gorge Jammer and the rest of the pack, so the Trouble Axel has just that much more time to get out in front.
Trouble Axel going for a last attempt there on that inside corner. Lethally Blonde with a dive to block it.
Trouble just pushing through on toe stops and gets knocked out on the inside, but is maintaining lead jammer status.
Trouble calling that jam off. 31-point Storm City. Gorge Roller Derby not getting anything of that last jam.
Shout out to Freebridge Brewing, the authentic beer for authentic people. Freebridge Brewing in the Dalles.
And there it is, Legs gets out in front. Lead jammer status is awarded to Storm City. Here comes Legs looking to put some points up on the board. Andy Oakley still trying to fight that inside line to break out and is recycled all the way back by Trinity.
Andy Oakley looking for a fighting edge in that pack. Trying to push through that wall of black. Blood and Gorge fans, make some noise for Andy Oakley.
Legs swinging across from inside line to outside line, trying to break through. Gets a push from MC Slammer and is through. 4 points on the board.
Storm City commanding this jam here. Break Allegri running that pack right through.
Legs calling it off just as Gorge completes a star pass, saving those points, able to put 2 more points up on the board for a 10-point pass, 41 to Gorge's 6. Slim Skady on the line for Storm City.
J-Bomb on the line for Blood and Gorge. J-Bomb out in front, grabbing that lead jam position for Blood and Gorge. First time in a minute the Gorge has had the lead jam position. Hopefully they can take full advantage of it.
Slim Skady trying to push up that center in between the Gorge wall, creating a little bit of a roadblock there, taking advantage, swinging to the outside, rolling around her own teammate Tempest, but is blocked out by Gorge.
J-Bomb picking up 4 points.
And Slim Skady is out and is now looking to put some points up on the board for Storm City.
J-Bomb getting stuck behind that wall of black and calling off the jam.
Shout out to Windermere, putting people with homes throughout the Gorge. Give Kim Chamness a call.
Barbell back on the line for Storm City, taking that outside line and gets lead jammer.
Cheapskate not far behind for Blood and Gorge.
BB calling it off to save the points. 0 points going up on the board for both teams.
Shout out to CrossFit the Dowels. CrossFit the Dowels. Get strong for life's bouts. Coach-led community fitness for everybody.
Link on the line for Storm City in the jammer position. And gets out in front.
Sage against the machine for Gorge Roller Derby.
Link coming up looking to put some points up on the board. Busts through and falls to the ground, but gets right back up and is getting some amazing offense from Dirty Ann and MC Slammer. 4 points on the board for Link. I didn't even get hit by MC Slammer, but I'm pretty sure I just felt my heart come out of my butt.
A lot of action going on there. Sage against the machine, getting caught up on the inside of corner 3 and 4.
Now we're going to have a 2-minute jam with Link sitting down in the box.
Sage getting knocked to the outside of corner 4 there, not having any luck getting through that black wall of Storm City so far.
MC Slammer, again with those 6 feet long legs, comes out of nowhere and hits the Gorge Jammer to the inside.
I think those are birthday bashes.
Those are birthday bashes.
Those are birthday bashes, MC Slammer's birthday.
MC Slammer just took the spankings that you usually get the other direction, is just handing them out right now.
And a track cut there going to Sage against the machine. Not a good place to be for Gorge. That'll be a power jam for Link.
MC Slammer headed to the box to take a little timeout in the sin bin. Link coming up again to put more points up on the board in this power jam. And that is it. 2 more points going up on the board for Link, bringing this to a 10-point jam. 51 Storm Sirens, 13 Gorge Roller Derby.
Shout out to Double Mountain Brewing. What could possibly go wrong?
Blood and Gorge fans, I need you to make some noise right now. We need to get our pack and our jammers pumped. And you didn't foul out. Sage Against the Machine hanging out in that penalty box during the start of that jam. Just now released. Coming up, finding a pretty broken apart Storm City pack, though.
Legs is out in front, gets lead jammer, and is now coming around. Oh. Official timeout due to the clock freezing. Let's get some sponsor reads.
Yeah, maybe you should think about getting some raffle tickets in this time. Seems like a good time to do that.
If you get raffle tickets, we have one of our volunteers, actually one of our skaters probably walking around selling them, but it's going to benefit Friends of the Columbia Gorge. It is a 50-50 raffle. Half the money goes home with one lucky winner. The other half will be donated to our nonprofit partner.
Shout out to Page Paint, supplying the Gorge with all of your paint needs. 1402 12th Street in Hood River.
Just hanging out an official timeout here while they get some scoreboard stuff figured out. Sometimes we have some technical issues, as is known to happen. But generally we get them all figured out.
I see it's a get low competition on the track over there. Oh no. Someone has been practicing drop it like it's hot and went all the way straight down.
Shout out to Tilly Janes. Every Blazer game, every football game, and happy hour all weekend on the Heights in Hood River. Tilly Janes.
So now that it looks like we are getting back on track here, Slim Skady on the line for Storm City. Storm City is going to be starting with one skater in the penalty box.
Got a little bit of a false start there. Okay. All right, back to roller derby after that official timeout. We are technically situated. Our situation is no longer technically frustrating. Andy Oakley on the line for Blood and Gorge.
Slim Skady is out in front pushing that Gorge wall forward, trying to create a hole, trying to create space. Storm City with a brace of Roxy Roulette holding back Andy Oakley just long enough for Slim Skady to get out in front. Gorge coming up to play some offense for Andy Oakley. But here comes Slim Skady, tiptoeing around, now having to break through on the inside line and is out. 4 points up on the board for Storm City.
Andy Oakley with a hard knock to the inside on corner 4. Andy Oakley looked like might have taken a pretty hard hit there, taking a second to get back up, get those bearings.
4 points up on the board for Slim Skady, bringing this score now 59-13. Barbell on the line for Storm City, going in hard to Warrior Mama, pushing on this Gorge wall.
Cheapskate looking for a hole up in the front of that Storm City wall. Looks like maybe pushed up in front just far enough to grab that lead jam. And they have it. Cheapskate for Blood and Gorge in that lead jam position. Looking for a bit of change on that track. Off kilter, headed to the penalty box with a backward splits lay to a full flung out.
Barbell is out and is now going to be looking to put some points up on the board for Storm City. Does Barbell get there in time?
Cheapskate out in front, called off the jam, picking up 4 points.
Barbell grabs 2 points up on the board for Storm City.
Quick little strike there from Storm, managing to keep themselves on the scoreboard for this jam. 17, Blood and Gorge, 61, Storm City. You know what I've noticed, though, is that scoreboard hasn't moved as much lately for Storm City. I think Blood and Gorge might be figuring out some defense. Almost not starting that jam in. It looks like maybe that doesn't count. Straight to the penalty box.
Trouble Axel working the toe stops, getting out in front for lead jammer.
Do not collect go, or do not collect $200 or pass go. That's what just happened there. Trouble Axel, though, out in front. Lead jammer for Storm City. J-Bomb jamming for Blood and Gorge. Trouble with 4 on the board for Storm City.
Trouble just put on the rockets and just blew straight through that pack. Right up that outside line. And again, on that inside line, that's 3 passes.
J-Bomb breaking right through.
Trouble calling it off to save the points. 69-17.
Shout out to CrossFit the Dowels. CrossFit the Dowels. Get strong for life's bouts. Coach-led community fitness for everybody.
Break Allegri out on the line for Storm City.
Cheapskate out in front for Blood and Gorge, managing to find a hole on the inside of corner 1.
Storm City Walt getting ready to defend against Cheapskate. Cheapskate just pushing through, getting some help there from a blocker. Blade doing everything she can to push Cheapskate out and does finally successfully push Cheapskate out. Blade recycling all the way back.
Blade with a little bit of personal one-on-one there with Cheapskate. Cheapskate losing it. Calling off that jam, not trying to give away any points. Blood and Gorge picking up 4 in that last pass. 69 Storm for Storm City.
Slim Skady returning to the line for Storm City. Going up against Lethally Blonde. Slim Skady gets out in front and Storm has lead jammer.
Lethally Blonde looking for some room, but managing to get pounded around in the inside of corner one there.
Sunny Demolition with a hard hit on Lethally Blonde, knocking them back. And now, in comes Dirty and Rotten, again, just laying down hard hits.
Lethally Blonde losing a bit of momentum there through corner 3 and 4 once again. Getting recycled big time. Now with the star in the hand, Lethal's trying to find a star pass to make happen, but wasn't able to do it before that time ran out there.
Slim Skady calling it off after putting 4 more points up on the board. Bringing this score now 77 Storm City against Gorge 21. Barbell returning to the line for Storm City. Storm City with 1 sitting in the box for the full 30 seconds.
J-Bomb looking for some room.
Barbell giving some shoulder hits right back to Gorge and gets that lead jammer status, but fell and is now having to push through the wall again. Barbell is finally through and is now coming to put some points up on the board.
J-Bomb with that initial pass as well. Both jammers now in a scoring position. We're seeing a slow-moving pack here, though.
Barbell gets her 1 to put it up on the board, 78-21.
Three minutes left in this first half, ladies and gentlemen, and we have seen one heck of a game from both teams so far. Gorge Roller Derby working on figuring out how to attack that defense. Storm City trying to keep that defense solid.
The defense is so good, that sounds like a statement that you should put on a shirt. Maybe you should go to Hood Printing, the place that guy got that shirt from.
It is. It's also the place that all of the merch for Gorge Roller Derby gets printed, which is pretty sweet. Cheapskate on the line for Blood and Gorge, looking for some room, but getting reset a few times.
Break Allegri gets lead jammer status. Trinity chasing down Cheapskate and recycling Cheapskate all the way back. And here comes Legs. Looking to pass some Legs to put some points up on the board. Looks like a standoff here. Legs gets around, is tiptoeing through that center of the pack, gets out, and calls it off, saving the points before Gorge could get up there. 4 points on the board for Storm City, 82-21.
Shout out to Chips Bar and Grill, best brisket and burgers in the Gorge.
Timeout, White.
Shout out to Windermere. Windermere, putting people with homes throughout the Gorge. Give Kim Chamness a call.
Hey, Mr. eLive. Have you heard about this thing that we go to after bouts yet? Do you know where we're going? Like where that place is?
I do know where we're going. We are going to the Red Carpet, one of our official sponsors. We will be there for the official after party at Red Carpet in Hood River. Just take the last exit for Hood River, take a left. You can't miss it. It's a real classy joint with a big classy sign.
I like classy signs.
Super classy. The
Is it big?
classiest.
Does it have an arrow that points to it?
No, but it should.
It should.
But it's red already.
Hey, that's good
It's
too.
the right color for an arrow to be pointing at it.
That's too. Maybe
They
the red
roll out
carpet
the red
should roll out
carpet
for
for
Slim
every
Skady.
single customer.
Slim Skady on the line for Storm City.
J-Bomb on the line for Blood and Gorge. J-Bomb out in front for Blood and Gorge, grabbing that lead jam position. Sage against the machine, going down hard. J-Bomb looking for some room around that pack.
Roxy Roulette holding the jammer back. 3 points up on the board. Looks like there's a cut track being called on the Gorge pivot. Oh my goodness. I don't know what exactly happened, but the Gorge pivot and their jammer are in the box. I saw the cut track by the pivot. Have no idea what the jammer did.
They were handing out free penalties today at the roller derby game, so they got themselves some.
Official timeout because, I mean, at least on the announcer side, no one knows what's happening. I can only speak for myself, actually. Don't know what you two dudes are thinking. But barbell on the line, unopposed, 30 seconds, power jam. Here we go. Punch the air.
22 seconds. 22.
Here we go. Last jam. Barbell. One hip check. Pushing through. Pushing through.
Again, Gorge's pivot and blocker in the penalty box. Barbell taking full advantage. Twinkle Toes not able to hold on.
Out of play. Barbell is through. Lead jammer status going to Storm City and another Gorge person in the box.
Malicious B in the penalty box for blocking. When that pack was too far spread apart, that would have been an out-of-play block.
Barbell putting 4 points up on the board, looking to put 4 more on the board.
Gorge's jammer and pivot back out on the track, creating a little bit more area for play there. And there we have it, ladies and gentlemen, taking that clock down to 0. With calling that jam off, Barbell just ending the whole first half.
People probably couldn't see it, but I saw the eyes go up to the clock and go, oh my God, 0. Call it.
Call it. There we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for both of these teams in this first half. Gorge Roller Derby 24, Storm City Roller Derby.
Welcome back, Derby nerds. Second half, here's some stats. Storm City is leading by 88. Gorge, Blood and Gorge, 24. We have one person in the penalty box. Trouble Axel just apparently skated away on some wings and a prayer with lead jammer. Had no idea. I was busy announcing things. Wasn't even really paying attention. Trouble Axel now coming up, getting down low, trying to put some points up on the board, pushing through, trying to take that outside line, swinging back to the inside. Meanwhile, Slam, Bernhard, Trinity hold him back, cheapskate, and out comes Trouble Axel, gets hit down, and is standing right back up. 4 points on the board for Storm City, leading this jam and half. 4 points. Storm City about 8 points away from the century mark. Let's see if they can continue to hold back the jammer. Trouble is out again for 4 more points and calls it off. Is it in time? Yes. No points on the board for GRD, bringing this score now 96-24. Legs on the line for Storm City.
J-Bomb on the line for Gorge Roller Derby.
Legs getting real deep in there on the toe stops, really pushing that wall through, fighting, but it's Gorge that gets by underneath Lucky Punk's arm.
J-Bomb out in front with that lead jam position for Gorge.
Legs doing their best to catch up to the pack so that if it gets called, they can get some points. There we go. There's 1, 2, 3 points on the board for Storm, 4 points on the board for Gorge. Storm 1 point away from the century mark, something that eluded them in the first game.
Gorge definitely working on figuring out those edges they can use on Storm's defense here. Trying to get back at that lead just a little bit at a time, almost 60 points.
Oh, it's last call. Okay.
Out in front, Cheapskate for Gorge Roller Derby in that lead jam position.
Slim Skatey is out and is putting on some turbo blasters to catch up.
Gorge fans, make some noise for Cheapskate. Right up through the front and calling it off. A nice strike and retreat. Good way to chip at that lead. Keeping Storm off that century mark still.
Closing time. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Well, it just means we're done serving beer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's still closing
Last
time.
call on the beer.
The last call is happening out in the lobby with beer.
Twinkle Toes on the line for Gorge.
Barbell on the line for Storm City. Barbell pushes through with some shoulders, gets out in front. Lead jammer status is awarded to Storm City. Twinkle Toes getting sent to the box. Power jam for Storm City.
Sage against the machine, a little one-on-one with Barbell there. Barbell in that lead jam position with all of the power right now. All Gorge can do is try to throw those roadblocks up.
Barbell looking to get some help from MC Slammer there with an assisted whip. And now here comes Storm City breaking up the defense. Barbell is out, 4 points up on the board for Storm.
Nice strong play there from Storm City.
Barbell saving the points, icing the jammer in the box. And there's Storm City's century mark, 103-32.
Storm City fans, we know you're here. Make some noise.
One fan is still here for Storm City.
One
Let's try
fan.
that again. Storm City fans, make some noise. You
That's
got to
good.
get the deep lunge
I love
into
that
it.
house.
If you do the deep lunge, then the fans want to give it to you.
You have to do the deep lunge.
Link 182 taking that inside line.
Out in front, Twinkle Toes getting out of that penalty box after a little break in there. I know 30 seconds sometimes is a long time, but rolling it over into that next jam. Hopefully Twinkle Toes got some energy to bring back.
4 points on the board for Link. Blade coming in with a little bit of a butt check into the face there. You can use any part of your body, from like your hips to your shoulders, and butts included sometimes. 4 more points up on the board for Link, bringing this score now 111-32.
Twinkle Toes still looking for some room, getting knocked out to that outside line just a few too many times. Definitely see it starting to toll.
Link trying to bust through in the center, took that outside line, but is caught up again by GRD blockers.
Twinkle Toes not finding any easy outing there. Getting slowed down left and right, finally breaking out of the pack, and Link calling off that jam.
Link putting 12 points up on the board for Storm City, 115 to GRD 32. Oh, and a timeout is happening.
Is this official?
This is an official timeout.
It
Looks like there's some questions out there.
Looks like it's an official timeout. Calling all the refs in. Possible something happened we did not see.
That happens all the time. I don't see a lot of things. That's why I wear glasses.
We want to give a shout out to one of our sponsors, though, Chips Bar and Grill, proud sponsor of Gorge Roller Derby. They've hosted quite a few of our events recently as well, one of our after parties and one of our pre-ticket parties. You can check out Chips Bar and Grill in downtown Bingen, Washington.
I like to do some fun facts sometimes. Fun fact, Lucky Punk, currently on the track for Storm City, is also the captain this season for the Storm City charter team. Nitty is walking towards us. That always scares me. And it looks like the official review is because White 5050, Lethally Blonde, apparently got that name for a reason, getting expelled for an egregious hit. Oh yeah, that's a good reaction. That was a good reaction, crowd. We didn't even train you guys for that.
Yeah.
You just immediately
You guys want to
knew.
be a TV audience?
Man, did we pay you guys to come here? Because you guys are on it.
Roller derby is a full contact sport. Sometimes people forget that.
They don't wear pads just for show. That's there for real.
That's there for real.
So there goes Legs, working those toe stops, trying to take that outside line.
Cheapskate on the line for Blood and Gorge.
Legs switch to the inside, trying to do some sideways surfers, trying to break through.
Cheap with a big reset there. Not any good for anybody. Legs though,
is out.
through the pack, picking up that lead jam position. No. The penalties can be on there.
Legs taking that inside line with a spin, calls it off, saving the points. 4 points on the board for Storm City. No points on the board for GRD.
You can take that, Kess.
Slim Skady approaching the line for Storm City. Slim Skady moving to that outside line, tiptoeing around her own blockers. Looks like there's a cut track called on Slim Skady. Slim Skady's getting sent to the box for 30 seconds in the sin bin. It is up to Andy Oakley to get lead jammer to control this jam.
Gorge trying to get that wall split. Not having much luck though here. Storm City acting like glue. Andy Oakley trying to find an opening.
Andy really trying to tiptoe around MC Slammer's behind, but still gets hit out and is recycled back now as to make their way through the entire Storm pack.
Out in front, J-Bomb in that pivot position, trying to lead that pack up. Twinkle Toes off kilter.
Trinity doing her
Malicious.
best to hold back Andy Oakley. Andy Oakley does have lead, but Trinity did get back in front, but Andy is now broken through and is coming to put some points up on the board.
Andy going to be able to put some points up, but Slim Skady not far behind.
Now it's a race to see which blockers can get up in front to save some points. Slam doing some offense to make sure that none of the points can get taken. 0-0 in that jam. Barbell returning to the line for Storm City, having a lot of success tonight, putting points up on the board for Storm.
Cheapskate attacking that front Storm City wall. Both packs starting to get sandwiched in.
Cheapskate getting hit out finally by Sunny Demolition and recycled all the way back.
Cheap getting reset just a few too many times. Barbell, though, out in front. Looks like it's a no pass, no penalty. Not in that lead jam position, and Cheapskate still has an opportunity to grab this lead jam, even though we see Barbell out in front.
Barbell coming up, putting some points up on the board, getting a little bit of offense played there by Amelia Bernhard. Storm City blockers, Blade, Nightmare Lair, and Sunny Demolition doing an amazing job holding back Cheapskate with just under a minute left in this jam. Gorge in a power play, power jam.
Cheapskate getting reset to the back. Warrior Mama picking up a penalty.
Nightmare Lair doing some amazing defense there, holding back the jammer.
Track cut being issued to one of the Storm City blockers there. Cheapskate, though, still fighting through that pack, that jam, bringing down last 2 minutes. And we are seeing a timeout being called here by Gorge.
Timeout Gorge, and this is a great opportunity to point out that Storm City's Storm Sirens have a couple roller derby debuts tonight. Nightmare Lair, Tempest, both playing their first game with Storm City since leveling up to home team. Slim, Skatey, and Legs, both transfer skaters to Storm City, playing their first Storm City game. So let's give it up for the new Storm City skaters doing a wonderful debut for their first bout with Storm City of the 2019-2020 season. No, this is 2020. I don't know what our seasons are. What are our seasons? 2020? Just 2020? Just 2020. It's hard. I've been announcing a whole game. I didn't get fed. I'm like a gremlin. If you put water on me, I'm going to just... Ah!
What's in the bottle?
Oh, that's vodka.
Ah.
That way it doesn't do anything to me. I'm just kidding. It's water. I like to stay hydrated.
Don't forget, you can join us tonight at the red carpet in Hood River for the official after party. There'll be a Gorge Roller Derby photo booth.
Ooh, I like photos and I like booths.
Gorge Roller Derby is glamour. I don't know if you're aware of what fashion is, but we are fashion.
Ooh, Link 182 on the line for Storm City.
J-Bomb on the line for Blood and Gorge. J-Bomb out in front with that lead jam position.
Link is out as well. Gonna put the pressure on J-Bomb.
J-Bomb through for 4 and calling it off. A nice strike and retreat there from Gorge.
I do have to say, when J-Bomb got the call to call it off from the bench, she kind of looked like, I don't want to, though, but I'll do it.
I'm doing this. But right now, Gorge is at a strike and retreat position. They're trying to get as many points as they can without giving any away.
There goes Legs, using some legs to try to break through the Gorge wall down the inside line there. Now tiptoeing around, trying to find a different direction to break through. Sunny Demolition returning to the track for Storm City to add some help to hold back Andy Oakley.
Andy Oakley looks like headed to the penalty box, not going to stop the Gorge wall from trying to play that defense, though.
And there's legs with lead jammer coming up looking to put some points on the board. And there goes Sunny Demolition. Another fun fact, Sunny Demolition spends a lot of time in the box.
Break Allegri with a hard hit to the outside, managing to keep it in the track, though. Trying to call off the jam, doing a little helmet tapping.
4 points do go up on the board for Storm City. Oh my gosh.
Join us Wednesday night at 9 p.m. at Fox for helmet tappers.
Sunny Demolition and MC Slammer in the box. It's okay, it happens sometimes, guys. We know. Ooh, you're so precious. It's your birthday, so it's okay if you're in the box. It's still okay. I'm going to say it's okay. Slim Skady on the line for Storm City, going up against Andy Oakley. In a power jam here.
Andy Oakley waiting to be released. Slim Skady, though, looks like headed to the penalty box.
So now Andy Oakley does have an opportunity to get lead jammer and does.
Andy Oakley out of the penalty box.
But is called for the same thing that Slim Skady was called on, a forearm. So now this is going to be a full 2-minute jam.
Right into the front, Slim Skady making some room, but Andy Oakley only had to serve that same amount of time that Slim Skady did, which was not a full penalty.
Fun fact, ladies and gentlemen, Derby nerds, human beings, and refried beans, 2208 Roxy Roulette never gets penalties. And look at who's in the penalty box now.
Out in front, Sage against the machine. Twinkle Toes trying to hold back Slim Skady. It looks like it works. Looks like maybe there was a track cut issue there, a back block. Not quite sure the call there.
This just seems like the jam for penalties right
Yeah,
now.
they're just playing for penalties and not points in this jam.
Just trying to see how many penalties they can get.
Well, they have gotten more penalties than there are points on the scoreboard, I can tell you that much. Andy Oakley trying to fight through the middle of that Storm pack. Slim Skady out in front. Finally, some points from somebody. Storm City putting 4 on the board.
Referee down at turn 2 over here. It's okay, sometimes that happens. There we have it, full 2-minute jam. 4 points on the board for Storm City, 130 to GRD's 36. Barbell on the line going up against Warrior Mama. Warrior Mama getting recycled back by Blade.
That was a quick recycle for Gorge. Definitely a lot of energy to lose. Stepping back that quick. Warrior Mama trying to find that edge right through the middle of that pack. Manages to do so. Kicking out in front, grabbing that lead jam position for Gorge. Barbell looks to be caught back. Having to recycle one more time.
Warrior Mama just blowing through, putting 4 points up on the board for GRD. Barbell given a hard hit to break through and is now on a point-scoring pass. Warrior Mama breaks through, though, and calls it off, saving the points. 8-point jam on that one, 44 for GRD to Storm City's 130.
12 and a half minutes left in this second half. Blood and Gorge definitely putting in a fighting effort.
Link 182 returning to the line for Storm City. Link is out in front, ahead of the pack, trying to push through. But it looks like Cheapskate is also pushing the Storm City wall forward. Link has lead Jammer, but it's Cheapskate that is out in front. Let's see what happens.
Link's definitely calling a jam off there. Doesn't want to give anything away to Cheapskate. Cheapskate, though, definitely in a positive position to be in. If you don't get that lead jam position, you want to be out in front because that makes them close that jam off, prevents them from getting any points. That's fine.
You don't always have to score points. Legs on the line for Storm City.
J-Bomb looking for some room up in front. Doesn't look like, oh, J-Bomb did get the lead jam position. We have a reverse of the last jam. Break Allegri out in front, but not in that lead jam position. J-Bomb getting recycled to the back and calling off the jam. Wasn't able to actually get out in front after grabbing that lead jam position.
Now GRD is going to be starting short, 2 in the box. Storm City is also going to be starting short with 1 in the box.
I feel like any second now we're going to start seeing some foul outs.
Especially with Sunny Demolition. This is at least the 3rd one. Oh my God. Hey, I tried to give you the benefit of the doubt, kid. There is Slim Skady fighting, trying to push their way through, trying to find the hole. Dirty and Run with a hard hit to the inside.
Cheapskate knocked to the inside a couple times, but that recycle there on the front of that pack for Slim Skady was exactly what they needed. Slim Skady out in front with that lead jam position.
Slim Skady coming up on a scoring pass here. Has only 2 blockers to try to get past. Most of the rest of the people out there are their own. 4 points up on the board for Slim Skady. Slim Skady saving the points, saving the totals, 134 to 44.
Don't forget to join us tonight at the red carpet for the official after party. You going to the after party?
I don't know, I came here with people. I'm probably gonna go.
That's right. Nipple Blades will be there.
I'll be there.
Right out to the front, J-Bomb trying to find that lead jam position. Manages to do so, but it looks like we might be seeing a track cut. Track cut being issued there, yep. J-Bomb headed to the penalty box for a track cut. No. We saw the call being made, but J-Bomb didn't end up going to the penalty box. I don't know what happened there. Maybe they realized the call was wrong and dismissed it immediately, which happens sometimes. So J-Bomb still out in front in that lead jam position. Now we're seeing a track cut call on J-Bomb.
So now Barbell is in a power jam here. Trouble Axel sitting in the box for what I believe was a low block.
This is going to go the full 2 minutes. J-Bomb had 4 on the board. Barbell still on that initial pass.
Barbell now getting some offense played by their blockers. Barbell still pushing forward, trying to find some holes. And I think found one on that outside line and is now going to be putting some pressure on J-Bomb.
Barbell making it through on that first scoring pass. J-Bomb coming through out of the penalty box, kind of out of nowhere, managing to slip through the top of that pack on that inside corner.
And that is a jam. 12 points on the board for JRD.
J-Bomb putting 12 on. Barbell putting 4 on. 6.5 minutes left. Storm City with a commanding lead, but as we're seeing here, this bout has turned into jam versus jam.
Link on the line for Storm City. Pushing their way through on that outside line. Link is out in front with the GRD blockers trying to push into any hole, create any space.
Warrior Mama in that jamming position for Blood and Gorge, getting that lead jam.
Link right behind Warrior Mama. Both jammers only having 2 blockers to have to get past. So now again, it's who is going to get up in front to save the points. Storm City speeding it up, trying to get away.
Both these packs moving real fast.
Zero points up on the board for either jammers.
Four and a half minutes left in this second half. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make some noise for both of these teams. They are fighting it out tooth and nail. Releasing all those skaters out of the penalty box right at the start of that jam, basically. Storm City with that lead jam position.
Legs coming up into the wall of GRD and is able to skate past. 4 points up on the board. Storm City blockers moving to each lane, making sure the Cheapskate can't get through, but Legs can. 4 more points up on the board. GRD now through the pack. Cheapskate is out and is now looking to put points up. Legs grabbing some points.
Looking for some room, but Andy Oakley headed to the penalty box there. Cheapskate getting recycled one more time behind MC Slammer. Those birthday bash wishes are really working out.
Yeah, Slam is just handing out birthday hits. Oh! Just like that one.
Right to the inside, Break Allegro getting knocked down. Look like running out of steam there as we are coming down to the last 3 minutes of this second half. Both skaters on both teams, are going to have tired skaters. It is inevitable.
And I believe both teams had skaters that skated in both bouts, too. So everybody's tired. I didn't even skate, and I'm ready for a nap.
J-Bomb on the line for Blood and Gorge. Slim Skatey for Storm City. J-Bomb looking for some room out front, manages to find it, grabs that lead jam position. Slim Skatey, though, going to keep that pressure on.
Storm City trying to get up in front. Now they're closing ranks.
J-Bomb getting pushed up through the middle and calling it off. Hoping for another strike and retreat there. 4 points for Blood and Gorge. 1:50 left on the period clock.
This could be the last one, but it also could not be the last
we don't know.
one.
It's really hard to call until you're like in those last 30 seconds, for sure.
But here we go with Barbell. Fun fact, Barbell did a bar 3 class before coming here today. So those legs are powerful. Storm City blockers holding back Cheapskate, catching them in the pockets there, pushing Cheapskate back.
A bit of a pileup going on there in corners 1 and 2. Barbell breaking out, though, grabbing that lead jam position. Cheapskate still caught in the madness. Cheapskate with the scar off the helmet, but it worked just in time, managing to find an open corner on the outside.
Barbell easily skating through. Whoa! Did any of you else see the sniper come out of the corner and just shoot Barbell down?
I saw it.
Barbell was like a gazelle in the Sahari, or the Safari. I don't know what it's called.
Sahara.
The Sahara, thank you.
There's no gazelle in the Sahara, though.
I don't
It's
watch
okay.
enough Nat Geo. But Barbell putting points up on the board. 157 to 67. Timeout White.
17 seconds left on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Make some noise for both these teams. Make some noise for Storm City. Make some noise for your Blood and Gorge. It's not over till it's over. And when it is over, we're all going to go to the red carpet and relieve ourselves of pain.
Do they have tequila there?
They have all the tequilas.
I love
What kind of
tequila.
tequila do you want?
Just the kind that goes in my throat.
Well, they got that kind.
Yeah, I like it with orange slices and cinnamon. It's very nice. It's like a fun treat. "17 seconds left on the period clock. 2 minutes per jam. Whoever gets out first controls the last bit of this game." Oh, legs giving a hit off to the side there.
Get
Legs has-
loud, ladies and gentlemen.
Legs with 1 blocker, 2 blockers to get through.
MC Slammer getting a nice reset on Warrior Mama there. Warrior looking for an outside line, almost getting it.
MC Slammer with the long spider legs comes out of nowhere. And it's legs with control.
Legs out in front.
Warrior Mama half a track behind, closing the gap.
Trying to get that set up. Leggy's calling it off. Storm City shutting that jam down.
Making it an even score, 160 Storm City's Storm Sirens.
Our unofficial score, 160 Storm City, 67 Gorge Roller Derby.
So Derby nerds, let's give it up for the newly formed Storm Sirens taking home their first win of the season, 160 to Blood and Gorge 67.
Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your Blood and Gorge. And make some noise for Storm City Roller Derby. One more time, a big thank you to Storm City for coming out this evening, not bringing one, but 2 teams. And one more time, let's make some noise for all the roller derby people, all of our NSOs, all of our volunteers, all of our EMTs. Thank you guys so much. We could not do it without you.
Thank you, Mr. Elive.
Thank you, Nipple Blades, for being here.
I try.
And we'll see you on February 22nd
February 22nd.
at the Clark County Event Center in Vancouver, Washington, where we will be participating and coming to defend our title at the Big Lebowski.
Yep, the Big Lebowski. Don't forget, currently tonight and at the red carpet, you can buy your cheaper skater price tickets, $20 a pop. Otherwise, $25 at the door.